So we come up with something very simple, and you have 8 key questions for health. So when you want to restore and to establish a good communication with somebody, there are some very easy questions to ask. One that you should never forget is, what is your name? And listen to the first name of the person, and asking the person in a way to say himself his first name. And if you have a way to repeat it and to make him repeat it, it's always better. Because yourself, when you're not centered on your identity, repeating your own name is something very easy. You can say it loud, I am Jean-Loup, or just if you feel an imbalance, you repeat yourself inside, I am Jean-Loup, I am Jean-Loup, I am Jean-Loup, and you repeat it as much as you can in order to ground yourself in your own identity. So second question you can ask is, where do you live? And where do you live is very important. Or you can say also, what is the address here? You know, try to make sure the person will land here. Because if the person is not present, there is no way you can communicate with the person. This is typical for the jet lag syndrome. The jet lag, people are disturbed with the thyroid and they are not present. As you well know, when I do a workshop, wherever it is, I never have any jet lag because I restore the thyroid and the prostate. And it's just amazing how efficient it can be to be present, even if you haven't slept a lot, but at least to be in harmony with the place where you are. And so somebody have moved from one place to another and they have not correctly adopted the new place. So being present where you are is very important. So this is just a question, where do you live, where are we at the moment, which helps the person to reformulate and accept where you are. Then after, we have to address the foundation of the person, which is in relation with the earth elements. So if you say, what is your best professional skills? The best professional skills. You don't say, what do you do for a living? It's different. What is your professional skills? That means you invite the person to express how he is inserted himself in the professional life, in life. And everybody has a professional skills, but you just have to say it, and he has to express it. And say, what is your best professional skills today? What have you done which is good for you? Okay? And this helps you to restore, in fact, the earth element, the sense of taste, the stomach, the pancreas, the prostate, the uterus. It's just amazing, and you can hear it in the voice, because the voice of the person will start going from there progressively up to here. You will hear it in the voice. Then you could say, what brings you spontaneous joy? And this is interesting because you say, what makes you happy? What brings you spontaneous joy? You will help the person to think about something which is nice and happy and funny. And if you can have a joke at this moment, if you can make the person being happy or joke, you will restore the kidney and the bladder. And if you restore the kidney and the bladder, you will restore the water element, the sense of hearing, and you will communicate better with the person. Sense of hearing is one of the first steps in order to be able to communicate with people. And we are all water, as you know, 70–80% of water. So if you restore the water element, you will restore the communication inside the body, which will reflect on the communication outside the body. Then after, you have the next sense, which is, what makes you so special? Because everybody is unique. So you ask the person how he's going to define himself, how is he going to realize that himself is bringing something that nobody else is bringing. And that's very important, because no matter what you say, you are speaking about the image, about the outside, but what's important is that the person will express himself who he is inside, that he feels progressively that he is unique, not more, not less unique than any other. And when you do this, you restore the air element, and this is so important here in Hollywood, Los Angeles, where a lot of people are just living on the image. This is the air element. But the air element in negative is just looking and living with your image and the image you give. But in positive, if you restore the sense of smell and the air element in positive, you will find your own inspiration. And if you find your own inspiration, you can get organized your own way. And then you restore the sinus, and then you have a nice way again to improve the communication. Then we are coming to something even more important. When we speak about love, this is a big step. And one thing that I'm always saying is that you cannot give money to somebody if you don't have money yourself. But you cannot give love to others if you don't have love for yourself. So coming back to say, how do I love myself? And what I was suggesting as a question is that, what do you love best about you? Okay? And the person has to find something that he loves about himself. If you can't, try to find a way to ask the person, do you remember the moment in life where you really felt love, a very strong love? And when you feel that the person can say, oh yes, I remember this moment, he said, could you just copy and paste that moment? Just copy and paste. That's just what it is. And then you can feel this energy, refer to this energy which is inside somewhere anyway, and try to start loving yourself more and more. And this is a technique in communication that I found very effective, is that when I say, I'm Jean-Loup, I love myself, and I think about the person in front and said, I love you. If you say inside yourself when you're talking to somebody, and especially when you have an angry person, you keep saying in your head, I love you, I love you, I love you, and you listen to the person at the same time, you will see the energy will go down immediately. That's a very simple way. A very, very simple way. You have nothing else to do, okay? And so when you're reaching this point, which should be our goal for all of us to try to reach the unconditional love, then we are coming to the freedom space. And the freedom space is being aware of what is our boundaries and what are the boundaries of the other people. It's in relation with the liver, with the gallbladder, it's in relation with the skin, it's in relation with the wisdom and with the serenity that we should all have. So one easy question that you can ask to the person is that, what brings you peace? Just an easy way for the person to try to connect to this energy and to feel what it is. And this is where you're going to you list all the links which prevents the person to find this freedom and this peace inside. Because the reality today is that we should be free. And we're always speaking everywhere about networking, and I'm questioning that. Should we really network, or should we be in peace? Should we be always putting everybody in copy with the email about what we do, or should we have only one email for one person at a time? It's just a question, just a question. It's a hypothesis to be working. So just work on the link you have with people and to be able to be in the present moment. And then we have the cherry on the cake, which is most forgotten today and difficult, is to be able to understand and to feel at any moment the differences between the two energies which are giving life. Life exists, just like this. Life exists thanks to the yin and the yang, and we all are one or the two. We are either a man or as a woman. So this is difficult, and the way to say it again is it's very difficult to address this subject because a lot of people are confused about the polarities they have and the experiences they have. So no matter what experiences somebody can do, you need experiences, whatever they are, in order to find out who we are. But at the end, what did you feel? When did you feel the highest level of love energy in your life? And if you speak again about love, you will always come back to this mirror energy between the yin and the yang. And hopefully, at some point, and for you, when you communicate, you can always say, okay, I am Jean-Loup, I am a man. And feel this energy, and feel it. And you can repeat it again and again. This is the cherry on the cake, which will enable you to communicate with people.